so good to see you. Welcome. It's another Sunday, another opportunity to learn, to grow, and become better people. Please, today we have a very special session, and I'm inviting you to call your friends, your neighbors, your fellow congregants at church. Tell them we are launching a new series today, and I'm here waiting for you to join so that we can get on with today's session. All right, call your friends, call your friends, call your friends. We have a new session today, a new series. We are starting a new series, the ElevateHer series. Call your friends, call your friends. We are here and we are starting a new series. And it's the ElevateHer series. And this time, we have goodies for everybody. It's no longer just for South Africans like we did when we ran the AI Fluency program. Hello, everybody. You are welcome. You are welcome. Join us, join us, join us. Join us. Join us. Everyone, everyone, join us. Call your friends, call your neighbors, call everyone in your street to join us today. We are launching the new series. I can see a few of you are there already. I'm going to wait for you to call everyone you know. Let me see who's there. I can see Mapula is there. Thank you, Mapula, for joining us. I can see Sis T. Austereza, thank you so much for supporting us and for telling everyone about us. Rofiwa, I can see you there. Thank you so much for joining us. My boy, Dimpiwe Gosa from FBA Vets University is joining us. Dimpiwe, I don't know if you told everyone at FBA that we are starting a new series. They should join us. There's lots of prizes to be won. If you haven't told them, send them a WhatsApp now and tell them to come and join us. Because this time, it's not just one prize. It's a lot of prizes throughout the season. But you've got to be here today so that you can hear us as we launch. All right. Dimpiwe is calling the Vets crew to join us. But everyone at Central University of Technology, my favorite people, you are here joining, you are there joining us, I hope. People from Limpopo are joining us, University of Venda, and of course, yes, University of Limpopo, we like them too. So they better join us. My friends in Namibia, please join us, join us, join us. My boy, Sichaba Murajani, I can see you there. Dr. Glama, Academic Space, welcome, Doctor. Victoria Haukongo from Namibia, thank you for joining us. Kihilwe Chukanetso. I think you're from Botswana, Kihilwe. Please remind me. I think you must be from Botswana. But I would like to know that people from elsewhere in the continent are joining us. Because I know that when we did the other series with NetCampus, you remember how upset people were that the freebies were only for South Africans. Today, we are starting a new series where freebies are for everybody. So Kenyans, Nigerians, Zimbabwean, Malawians, everybody. You are welcome. Even Ethiopia, Egypt, Somalia, come and join us. I can see Ketangobo is here joining us, and he says there's a Zulu on my stoop. There's indeed a Zulu on my stoop, but I know that there's more than one Zulu on my stoop, and they're all welcome from DUT, from UKZN, from UniZulu. Call all your friends to join us. As you know, I don't like starting us solo. Come on, guys, come on. Call your friends. Call your friends. Kihilwe? Oh, Kihilwe is from Kuruman. From Kuruman. Wow. Kihilwe, welcome. Welcome. Bahurutsi Baitwa Kuruman. They are joining us today. Welcome, welcome, Ntateng Mabote. Welcome. So Ntateng says my volume is low. I heard earlier when we were doing a sound check that my volume is low. I have no idea why. But I'll keep trying to make it higher, right? So keep giving me feedback about my volume. It's not that my spirit is low. There's something going on with my technology. And today, I'm alone at home. I set myself up. And so I don't know what's going on with my technology that's making my volume down. So I'm going to be speaking with the voice of a professor of a Maths 1 class that has got 200 students in class, right? So if my voice ever goes down, do not hesitate to tell me. Tiara, I'm going to ask you that you switch off your volume if it's still switched on. All right. Now, today I have two guests joining me, and I'll introduce them in a more. But let me welcome all of us. I can see Jan Mfati from Johannesburg. And I hope you can see the look of the new series. It's a bead look, okay? So we're wearing beads this series so that you recognize that we are here on the new season number 4, ElevateHer. I can see Ntateng keep updating me on my sound. That is getting better. Aviwe from Vets, welcome Aviwe, good to see you. A new season, new prices, new opportunities, Tabo Monyati, and it's from Bram. I think the whole of Bram is joining us. Please tell me FBA is in the house. What's the Wusu crew though? And Dimpia, please tell the Wusu crew that the train is leaving. The Wusu crew were bugging me yesterday. They thought we launching yesterday because they were so much in a hurry. So the crew from Walter Sisulu University in the Eastern Cape come on board. And the crew from Baisaho University in Botswana, join us. University of Zimbabwe, join us. Call your moms and dads to join us too. All right? Masabata from Bloemfontein, join us. It's good to have you, Masabata, this week. Fantastic. Let me see. Okay, we've got 41 people. So I think we are ready to start. I'm going to depend on you, Ntateng, to keep telling me whether my sound is bad or not. Usually, we have Sylvester in the house. Sylvester is our resident AI enthusiast. And our resident AI enthusiast keeps us in check. He answers your questions. He makes suggestions. And usually he tells me if I'm missing out on something. So Sylvester might be joining us also later, but I depend on you, Sechaba, Ntateng, Austi, Aviwe, and everyone, Dimpiwe, who's in the room. I depend on you to keep us in the know as to what's going on right now. Okay, so today, as I said, is a special day. Today, we are launching the ElevateHer series. And I am joined by Tiara Patton. She's the AI Skills Director for Microsoft Elevate in South Africa. And she plays a key role in driving inclusive AI education and skilling initiatives, especially those aimed at empowering young people, bridging the digital divide, and fostering responsible AI adoption across communities. So we've got the right person with us today. I have met Tiara. I met Tiara recently, and wow, I just wanted to work with Tiara on everything because Tiara is a well-rounded woman, right? Tiara works hard, plays hard, and is fabulous. Like, exactly my vibe. And I was like, I want to go with Tiara everywhere. Tiara, thank you so much for joining me today. Really a good pleasure, great pleasure to have you on the platform. Good afternoon, Tiara.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me here today. It's such an honor. I love your introduction. I felt exactly the same way when we met. There was immediate synergy.
Yep.
And I think this is going to be the start of an amazing journey together. Welcome to all the listeners on the channel today. From all across Africa, excited to have you here.
Fantastic. I can see that Amangozi from Walter Sisulu University has joined us, so which means the Eastern Cape is on board. I know the Capetonians are going to join just now. They are probably online, but they are just not announcing themselves. Sometimes they announce themselves. So I know they'll be there. Tebogo Mabusela and everyone from the Western Cape will be there. I can see Z says, hello, everyone. Hello, Z. Tell your neighbors to join us because we're here to launch the ElevateHer series. But I'm going to start with Tiara whilst we're waiting for Melissa. Melissa Slaymaker is going to join us as well. And I'm going to introduce Melissa when she joins us so that you know who Melissa is. Of course, Melissa is the one who got me to meet Tiara. And so she's a better connection. She knows all the connections, and she'll join us soon. But Tiara, tell us about the ElevateHer program. What is it about? That's Melissa, Tiara. Let me welcome Melissa. I can see. Let's see. No, that's not Melissa. That's my thing telling me I should upgrade. Okay, Tiara, tell me about Melissa. Melissa is in the room already. There she is. Let me spotlight her. Then all of us are on the spotlight. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Melissa, good to see you.
Hello, thank you so much for having me, Prophet King. And Tiara, it's lovely to see you both. Very excited about today's session, and thank you for having me. Yeah.
Fantastic. Melissa, I already said you are the better connection as far as I'm concerned. Where I'm standing, you are the better connection. Because you are the one who introduced me to Tiara. But let me introduce you to everyone who doesn't know you. Melissa Slaymaker is the Global Partnerships Director at Women in Tech, Women in Tech Global. And she also serves as the Africa Regional Director for Women in Tech. And she plays a pivotal role in expanding the movement's reach across Africa, connecting women to opportunities in tech, opportunities in leadership and in innovation. There's a whole lot of programs that Women in Tech runs under the leadership, in Africa at least, under the leadership of Melissa. And Melissa, I'm so delighted that you join us. Thank you so much. Later on, I would like you to talk to us about why is it that Women in Tech partnered with Microsoft Elevate in this program that Microsoft, this ElevateHer program. So Tiara, but let me start with you. And you can tell us about what is ElevateHer? What is this program about?
A great question. Thank you very much. So I joined Microsoft recently, actually, in April only. And so in 2024, Microsoft globally launched the AI Skills Initiative across 20 priority countries. In Africa, there are only 2, Kenya and South Africa. And when I joined in July, they rebranded to Microsoft Elevate. So what is Microsoft Elevate? In a nutshell, it's our commitment to ensure that people are at the center of AI innovation. We know AI reshapes how we work, how we live, how we learn. And so Elevate brings together all of our solutions, our business solutions, our skills, our research, and most importantly, our philanthropic investment, so that we can empower education globally, non-profit organizations, and then also workforce partners with AI capabilities. Now, we've pledged $4 billion in cash and technology over the next 5 years. And this is a commitment to actually credential 20 million learners globally over the next 2 years. We're supporting K-12 schools, TVET colleges, community colleges, non-profits, NGOs, IGOs, and also government agencies that help to drive this AI economy. So when I met with Melissa, and we have quite a long-standing relationship. My background was in HR, and I took a leap of faith and pivoted into a technology career. And so I wanted to find a tribe of women that, you know, may have had a similar experience than me, so that I could move from an anxiety state of being in a very male-driven career, and to be able to, you know, get valuable insights from them, so that I could feel as if I was, you know, confident. This imposter syndrome we deal with. And so working with the Women in Tech team, we came up with an idea to develop a program called the ElevateHer program. So this program in itself is I would say it's a transformative initiative in partnership with Women in Tech Africa or South Africa, where we have this mission to empower more than 50,000 women across South Africa with AI and digital skills. We kicked off the launch of this program on the 18th of September, so fairly it's got a strong focus on closing the gender skills gap in technology, but then also advancing AI curiosity amongst women in STEM, in IT. Whether you're a beginner, you're just starting out, or you're working in a very senior role, we've put together 3 pathways specifically designed and curated for women in South Africa.
All right, that's great. I hear people they complain about your sound now. I thought it's only my sound. Yeah, they say our sound is low, so I'm wondering what's going on. But we're gonna continue because I can hear you, and the recording will be great because we can hear you. But I'll keep projecting. But your explanation is great. I mean, it's wonderful that women work this way. That you get into a new position, you look for your tribe. You look for your tribe. That's gonna strengthen you, and that's what we do as women. And then that's how women in tech came in. But the investment in skills development that Microsoft Elevate is coming with is amazing. And what this means is that people will be skilled without having to pay a cent. And this is the message today. This is for me what makes today's launch on my platform very big is the fact that there's an opportunity for everyone across the continent to join in, become skilled, and get better at using AI, and therefore benefit from the opportunities that AI brings with us. Melissa, let me come to you, and we'll go back to Tiara. Tell us about women in tech, and why is this a better connection with Microsoft Elevate?
Thank you, Mamugeti. So I work for Women in Tech, and I've been with Women in Tech, this global movement now for about 5.5 years. And what it is really is it's an organization that has started with a mission to empower 5 million women and girls in STEAM, so science, technology, engineering, art, and maths, by 2030, and that's to align with the UN SDGs. And we take all of these great ideas, if you go to events and summits, and we have all of these amazing leaders talking the talk, coming up with fantastic, ideas and solutions. But then we are the ones, I would say, that put them into action and drive it to actually make sure we move that needle towards reaching gender equality in STEAM. Why is that important? Just because we know that technology is the future, right? We're living now in the world of fourth industrial revolution. We're moving into AI, and digital transformation is everywhere. And unfortunately, when you look at statistics from the World Economic Forum, from McKinsey, from PwC, all these companies releasing statistics, it still tells us that women are still very underrepresented in tech and STEM. So we really want to make sure that we partner with organizations that have the same values. They see the benefit. They see how we can empower our communities, our country, and the world by really empowering women, but definitely not excluding men, our male allies, and definitely working with the youth, and everyone needs to have a path to the future. But we just want to make sure that it's a fair playing field, and that it's equality when it comes to more jobs, more careers, more opportunities, funding, for female startups, which in the current present time that we're living in, it's still very, very underrepresented. So we're looking at about 27% of women in tech roles compared to men. And, AI is such a great tool now because it's new. Everyone's on the same playing field. Everyone's learning. AI is now the way that we can kind of leapfrog our progression to equality, hopefully. And this opportunity with Microsoft is just, it all just made sense. It was just like, it was a full circle moment when Tiara offered us the opportunity to partner on this initiative. So I'm very excited to be on this journey, and like you said, get to that number now of 50,000 people empowered in the next 6 months to get certified, get their certificates, their badges, accreditations, and it's free. So it's a fantastic opportunity. So yeah.
I like the fact that, Melissa, you say this opportunity is not only for women, it's also men. So, which means women in tech, even though the focus is on women and making sure that the women actually can level up to the men, you also encourage men who are allies to work with you to make sure that more women get into STEAM, right? Unlike the situation where we are in. I know that, and I know that women in tech recognizes, doesn't only encourage men allies, you also recognize them every year. You have an award for an ally award, right? Can you talk to us about that? Because I think even through this initiative, we can have people who pull their weight to make sure that they as men get involved, but more women, they recruit more women to get involved and get the Microsoft badges that I'll ask Tiara just now to talk about. But they know that they can also be in the running for the Ally Award. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, of course I will. So every year we have a global awards. This year was our fourth Africa Regional Awards, where all the winners now go to Paris in November, which is very exciting. Tiara was actually one of our winners last year that came to Paris with us for the most impactful initiative award through previous work that she did. But this year's winner is Alan van der Meulen, who's the CEO from Zilto. And why we chose him was because he's actually working on a platform that is for women, for youth, to help empower them through income through doing good things. And it's amazing. It's a platform that anyone can join. But if you listen to his thank you speech when he received his award, you'd understand why he won. He was so passionate about being a male ally. And this goes to everyone who has a sister or a daughter or a niece or a mum or aunt. There's no age limit, to encourage everyone to really be part of upskilling yourself, because we need men and women, we need everyone to reach these UN Sustainable Development Goals and to make the world a better place, right? That's the goal. And to have no one be left behind. So for the allies, we really appreciate all of you, because we know they are the ones in the room that says, oh, Tiara, she needs that promotion, or that becomes your sponsors or even your mentors in many cases.
Absolutely.
So it definitely is a very inclusive environment, and we need all the guys to come on board and support everyone and support their sisters on this journey.
That's fantastic. I mean, you're so right. I mean, we can talk about gender equality, but if we don't have allies, the equality won't happen, because in the boardroom, we've got the men. And now more men are joining in to become allies, and they're supporting women. They're mentoring, they're creating opportunities. So it's great work that Women in Tech is doing to encourage men to be involved. Let me recognize on YouTube, I can see that Walter Sisulu University is in here in big numbers, right? Because everyone is writing wusu, 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 wusu. Like they're all from the whole of the Eastern Cape is with us in the room. So welcome, Lihle, Nkosi, Masabat, everyone who's from Wusu. I can see you. I can see you, Yamkela. I can see you, Mosa. I can see all of you from Wusu who are checking in to say Wusu is in the room. And Wusu, when we ran the last competition on my platform, Wusu won 2 big prizes. They got 2 big prizes, beating Vets getting 1, and all the other universities not getting anything. So Wusu is in here to take it by force. So it's good to see you here, Wusu. Let me just see other people. I'm going to go to Tiara just now. Let me just see. Lindo Kuhle says, I've always wondered about ElevateHer series that's talked about, ElevateHer. That we are here, you're hearing all about it today. That's why Tiara is here to tell us about it. And Lindo Kuhle says, my niece is a promising protege. She knows the scientists' names, prize projects, and ideas. I wish they were explained to you. All the women she qualifies as an icon. Okay, I see you. And John Mlati, I was about feeling uncomfortable as a man to the session idea of an ally accommodates, the idea of an ally accommodates me as well. You're welcome, John. And please tell other men, women in tech, promotes women, but it recognizes the role of women, of men, okay? It recognizes the role of men. It doesn't close men out. So we know we need men, but then how can you be an ally that doesn't know anything? That's why you also have to sign up for this Microsoft course and complete it, so that you become a knowledgeable ally. You become an ally. You know, you don't become the blind leading the blind. You become the sighted person leading other people into tech, right? So it's great. So please recruit other men and many other women. Let the men recruit the women. Prices that are here will be worn by anyone, men or women, South African or not, anywhere on the continent. This is open to all, because Microsoft Elevate means business in this case. Now, Tiara, please tell us about the badges, because anyone who's following Women in Tech will see the badges. Maybe people have heard about Microsoft badges and this and that. And of course, maybe start telling us about the free course, because we had an AI fluency course that was, of course, a Microsoft course, but was offered by another service provider. Now Microsoft is coming in and say, we are offering this course to everybody and you can get the badges. Can you explain that to us so that everyone understands this idea of badges, this idea of the course? How does it work? How long does it take, and so on?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. So the program you spoke about earlier was actually one of my programs with Net Campus. So that was another program that we funded.
Yes.
And that was to train 100,000 people over a short stint of time. And that's just as I came into the business. So with the Women in Tech team, what we've specifically done with ElevateHer, if I just talk about the key features of this program, yes, right? It's inclusive access. You just spoke about the fact that it's for anyone, women, men across Africa. There's no age restriction. It's not geo-locked only for South Africa. It's 100% free, right?
Yeah.
And when I say free, you get access to these 3 learning tracks, which are promoting AI fluency, business management. There's also design and user experience. But then we've also implemented career essentials from LinkedIn. So it's tailored for a technical participant, but also for a non-technical participant, somebody that's just starting out. You know, so what I love about the career essentials is that it's showing you how you can use AI to set up your LinkedIn profile, and then also to enhance and elevate it, right? So I know we're going to discuss a little bit later around responsible AI, but I think for me the biggest thing on responsible AI, and I'm fast tracking now, is around recruitment.
Yes.
And you know, the biases that come in, especially when somebody's applying for a job. So we've brought that into 3 learning tracks. As you complete each of the learning tracks, you are able to download a digital badge. So there's 3 badges. And once you complete all 3 tracks, you're then able to get your completion certificate. Now, when you register, you will get a welcome letter, which outlines exactly the process you need to follow. And when you complete all 3 tracks, you also get a completion letter. And the completion letter will also showcase to you what additional training in phase 2 is coming, which is really phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
And then I want to quickly touch on something you mentioned earlier around you know, the community and the recognition around this program. So what we want to do with this program, its main purpose is not only to give you free training. Yes. The purpose is that we move South Africans from an anxiety state around AI to a curious state, because you said it best a few minutes ago. Everyone is using AI in any shape or form, be it when you're using Google Maps, when you are on Netflix, when you are doing, you know, online banking, WhatsApp, you name it. And we need to make sure that humans are leading in AI. So what we've done to support this program is we've brought in 3 AI ambassadors who are going to take all of you on a 20-week journey using AI to showcase you how they use it in their everyday life, at work, at home, for their family, if they want to book a trip away, if they want to do, a menu, if they want to do a shopping list, you name it. And so for me, this is the most exciting part about it, because we all get to go on this journey, whether we are super using AI or we're just beginning. We want everyone to come along. And I think if we think big picture, most countries are at this moment developing AI frameworks within the country. I mean, South Africa is far behind the rest of Africa, I think. But but every citizen, irrespective of where you live, you need to understand the importance of where you're sharing your data, the biases around it, the accountability, the fairness and transparency, and how it will affect you today, but then also later in your life, because what you share becomes available, right? It's based on the data that you're giving out. So as you can hear, I'm super excited about this program, so I can take up the whole hour just talking about it. So let me stop there for a moment.
No, fantastic. Thank you so much, Tiara. It's very helpful. Lindo Gutle is already asking, where can I click to join the course? So the course that you're talking about. So this is fantastic. What we're going to do, Tiara is going to give me the link. I'm going to put it on the first comment after this, on the recording on my YouTube channel. You click that, you register for the course, you'll get the letter that Tiara is talking about, you get on with it. You get the 3 badges, you get the certificate. It's as easy as that. Tiara, any time limit? If I decided to spend the whole day doing the course, will I finish it in a day, the 3 badges?
It's completely up to you. So the first track, the foundational AI skills, there are 4 courses. You probably need about 2 hours. The first one, AI Basics, is 58 minutes. AI for All, if I remember correctly, is got 7 modules and is only 25 minutes. Responsible AI is 34 minutes. So you can hear in total, and the last one, the Gen AI, is 37 minutes, about just under 2 hours for the foundational AI skills. The business AI skills, in total, there are 2 pathways under the business AI. The one is 35 minutes and the one is 44 minutes. And there's about 7 units within each of those pathways. And then the career essentials is quite long, as you can imagine.
Yes.
The career essentials is around 6 hours for the first, using AI in your LinkedIn. But then to enhance your LinkedIn profile using Copilot and learning how to ace your interview is about an hour and a half. So in total, you could spend the whole day. It's exciting enough for you not to drop, I promise you. But then you could also, if you're working full time, you could say, you know what, tonight I'm going to start off with the AI foundations. I'll take a break tomorrow because I want to just, let it sink in. And then maybe on Wednesday, I'll start with the business, and Friday, so you could do it in a week. It's simple enough for you to take your time. But it's also exciting enough for you to want to complete it in one go.
Absolutely. And I have to say, students, people who are students out there, you are still studying, it's a good idea to do this. Just invest a weekend, do this. The career essentials, which will help you with your LinkedIn page, it's even better. Remember that your LinkedIn page is your forever moving CV that everyone's looking at. So you want to be doing that. But I know that Melissa has completed some of the badges. And maybe Melissa can give us an into the badge. Melissa, because people are curious about the course and so on, can you give us an idea, because you've done it? Some of I don't know how many badges you have so far, but just give people an idea of how it is so that people can get into it confidently.
No problem. So I've finished 2 badges. I'm actually trying to finish my 3rd one today, because the 3rd one is a little bit longer. But what I found interesting was that it's very clear instructions on how to link it to your Microsoft Learn platform. So just make sure that you need to log in via your Microsoft log in. You have to have a free account. You don't have to have a paid account. But then that's the way it tracks your learning so that you can get an accredited sort of certificate that means something, which for us, what makes me excited about this opportunity is you can add that to your LinkedIn, you can put it on your CV to say, you've now finished this ElevateHer program, especially for people looking to enter the working world. It's a very good interview topic that comes up to show that you want to continuously learn and invest in your own education, as well as if you're applying for a promotion. To a lot of companies, we've seen this from across the world, even in the Northern Hemispheres, companies that are cutting down on staff because they now can have AI potentially do some of these automated tasks. And if you are not an employee that embraces AI and upskill yourself and to make sure that you become valuable to the organization, you might be left behind. You might be one of those people that this organization says, well, if you don't upskill, then we need to get someone who will, and that's the reality.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things I always say, Melissa, is that people say AI is going to take their job. So I say to them, well, it is someone who's using AI who's going to take your job. So you better get skilled, So what you're saying is absolutely.
And this is an opportunity. It's free. It's a globally recognized, it's a Microsoft branded certification. So I think that is something that employers will also be very keen on, opening up to their employees because it's free. It's really there for people to use, Copilot, but not just that, to really be part of, like Tiara said, being curious and being someone who wants to continuously learn with technology. This is just the way it is. Even if you have a degree, you still have to continuously learn. You have to still continuously upskill. And this is a fantastic opportunity that we want to make available for free. And that doesn't come around a lot. So,
absolutely. And it shows how proactive you are as a student, as a graduate, as an employee, that you are not waiting for the company to take you for training. You found this opportunity, you went in, you learned. Can you imagine going to an interview with that? So much more to say about you that you did this course proactively. Now let's change gear and go to responsible use of AI. Tiara, you had already started talking about that. During the week on Friday, I normally do polls. And I did a poll on Friday asking the following question. I said to people, AI is transforming industries and daily life. It does this to build a better future where AI respects privacy, fairness, transparency. What should we focus on first? And I think the key word here is what should we focus on first? If we want to build a future where AI respects privacy, fairness, and transparency. And I gave people two choices. I said to them, to do first, can we do strengthening data protection law first or educate people on AI risk first? The majority of the people said educate people on AI risks first. I don't know what your view is. What should we do first? Tiara?
I mean, that's such a great question. If I think of responsible AI, about doing the right thing with AI, we have to make sure that technology is helping humanity rather than harming it. So that's for me like the key framework, right?
Yeah.
You spoke about fairness, you spoke about privacy and security and transparency, accountability, all of that stuff comes in there. But I think for me, one of the things that I'm really passionate about, just because I've had experience working in Africa and I know the buy.
Oh, Tiara, you keep cutting.
Okay, AI should be designed.
All right, Tiara, your network
AI should be designed to benefit everyone, not just.
Your network keeps failing
can you
us.
hear me?
Your network keeps cutting. I mean, I'm sure it's not only for me. Is it for you
no.
also, Melissa? Tiara keeps cutting.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but can you hear Tiara?
I can hear you.
Yeah, Tiara kept cutting, and I wanted to check whether Melissa also felt the cuts in your speech.
Yes, I can. You were breaking up a little bit, Tiara.
Well,
maybe you just need to log back out again.
And come back. And then in the meantime, let me talk to Melissa, but try to log out and come back again, and let's see if it's better, and then we'll come back to you, and then you can continue the train of thought. So Melissa, you got my question. What should we do first? What's more important?
So I agree with the results of the poll is that we need to educate people on the risks. I think there's still a lot of people that don't recognize the risks.
Yeah.
So putting in information, private or public IP into a ChatGPT, for instance, that information is, now part, because ChatGPTs are, or whether you're using, Grok or Claude or Mistral or Perplexity, there's so many LLMs, right, which is large learning models. If you're putting in data into those systems, it can pop up in someone else's search.
Yeah.
So it's important to know what your company's governance and rules are around this. And also, we've all probably seen these fake news or adverts that seem so real. We really have to educate ourselves on what is real and what's not real, especially with these videos and the voiceovers are so accurate. I mean, imagine if you have a person of influence or power saying something controversial, and then it could start a riot, or it could become, something, it could cause chaos. But people need to be educated around how to see if something's fake or real. Is it AI? Is it not AI? And you'll see a lot more regulations now coming out to kind of safeguard us. But as we know, with regulations, they're always few steps behind, trying to catch up on all the changes. So I would definitely say, agree with the poll, education first, but it's a continuous education because AI keeps evolving. So we have to keep re-educating, right? It's a continuous process.
Absolutely. Welcome back, Tiara. Can you continue? You want to continue on the responsible use of AI because you were on a thought about your work that you're doing on the continent. Tiara, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay.
I'm back.
Yes. Welcome back.
Thank you. I mean, I think for me, I'm going to get to what I was saying. The most important thing we need to, take into consideration is this whole issue around inclusivity, right? AI should be designed to benefit everyone, not just a few people, right? This is not an Americanized system. We got to ensure that people from all communities can participate, but also to benefit from this AI-driven process. And I think I want to give you one example. I spoke about it a little bit, around the career essentials. Let's say we've got an organization that's building an AI hiring tool, right? For me, a responsible AI approach in this hiring tool would be, number one, we got to check for gender or racial bias, right? How does it select candidates? Then we got to make sure that all applicants' data is private. How does AI make recommendations when they're selecting a shortlist? And then finally, yes, use AI to test for certain keywords, but humans have to review and make the final decisions around the shortlist. Because for me, I've read, LinkedIn posts where people are saying, I've been unemployed for 6 to 8 months and,
Tiara's link is disappointing us, eh? Tiara, your internet is dealing with us today. Tiara's link is dealing with us, eh?
I know. I really want to hear what she has to say.
Me too. I'm hoping that she can come alive, but it's not. She's not. But what Tiara is pointing to is very important because part of the ethics or responsible use of AI is ensuring access for everyone. But the issue of job applications, I mean, I've been in a space where HR companies were talking about how they use AI to shortlist and so on and so forth. But actually, it's also possible that if people don't know that, they don't write their CVs in such a way that AI can pick up what their skills are. And I thought that's what Tiara is getting into, and it's important that people get that information Tiara, we are so dying to hear that, because I think it's so important what you're talking about, because it's responsible in so many. Usually people think responsible, we are already thinking cheating, students at university, what. But there's also jobs. There's also being shortlisted. There's also how do you write your CV to make sure that your strengths come through. So please go on, Tiara. We lost you a bit. Please go on. That's very important.
I'm so sorry about that. But I mean, I was just talking about how responsible AI or how organizations that are developing tools, AI tools in the recruitment processes, what that process should look like from a responsible point of view, right? So you spoke about keywords. When you're applying for a role, you need to be able to use the specific keywords in your skills, in your experience, in your education, because AI systems are kind of ranking or shortlisting candidates based on what that job advert looks like. So that's the first filter based on job fit. They're not even getting to location yet or suitability yet, right? Then from an engagement point of view, I know recruiters get thousands of CVs, so it saves them time. Chatbots are keeping those, applicants engaged 24/7, because a company can use a chatbot to guide the applicant through the process. Then you've got your video interviews, right? If you think about video interviews, recruiters are using AI to almost score candidates in a video interview. Now, how is that ethical if they're not using a guideline, right?
Yes.
Then you've got skills and your personality tests, right? Of course, AI can gamify online tests, but how can it actually measure cognitive ability, your personality traits, or your relevant on-the-job skills? So we have to be very careful around, recruitment organizations or agencies using AI. Yes, use it for the right reasons, but make sure that there's a human reviewing that final shortlist. I can talk for an hour just on this topic, probably because I spent 20 years in HR. But I mean...
But it's important.
The thing around reducing bias for me is key. I mean, it's something I am so passionate about. I mean, let's think about names.
Yes.
Right? We have African names. People look at me sometimes and they ask me, are you Greek? Are you Indian?
Yeah.
Are you Afghan? Where do you come from? No, I'm a Cape Colored. I'm South African.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Then they look at my name. Then they look at my surname. And these are all biases we can have a discussion about. But AI cannot detect that bias, right? So we got to be able to use tools, and there are AI tools. There's one that I was using many moons ago called Textio. I can happily add it, but it helps to make job descriptions more inclusive. So it removes gendered language, right? But there's so much, that one can look at, and it's up to us. It's up to us, the continent that's going to have the world's youngest working population, to actually introduce these AI systems. Because if we don't do it, our people will not benefit.
Absolutely. I mean, it's interesting that you say that, and the educator in me already says, if that's the challenges that are already on the ground with recruitment, what are we teaching the students who are already at university learning, doing a diploma in HR? Do you know what I mean? So it's no longer just about the theory of HR. It's also about the AI tools that we use in the field. So in a way...
Absolutely.
Yeah, in a way, any professor, lecturer at a university, at a college, at a TVET, teaching HR, management, or anything like that, needs to get on board with this. There's no time to go back to school. So the sooner they do this course, the better. The sooner they understand these debates about inclusivity in terms of using AI models, the better. Because indeed, frankly speaking, recruitment companies have to use these tools, but they need to be aware of the biases. Melissa.
Yeah. I just want to mention something because I've remember this situation where we did a little experiment, and we just asked a simple question. There was 5 different LLMs, so we included from ChatGPT to Claude, Perplexity to Grok to I can't remember what the other one was now. But we asked just one question to all of them, and we said, create a visual, a picture of a CEO.
It's a man.
Just that.
Yeah.
All of them, men.
Men.
So do you see the biases? Like you think there's no, like there's no. You think it maybe is, why is it important? But now, if you think about the products that are being developed,
yes.
The tools, things are going to be making decisions for us. Who gets insurance? Who gets, whatever job, or even accepted for a house mortgage or whatever it is, right? And AI is going to start making those decisions for the bankers. Yes, they might have the final say as the human, but before you get to that shortlist, you've already been kicked out because you're not really matching up to the male designed predominantly, unfortunately it is, right? Criteria for getting to that shortlist. So we do have to look at biases, not just for gender, but we're talking about race, disabilities, age, even religion. That disability one really gets me, because we are developing systems, not always thinking everyone can see or hear us, as you'd expect, and other things. So I think the bias thing for me, again, Ciara, I could talk about this for an hour, but it really is something that we want to make sure is very inclusive, and we need those data points that are building our LLMs now to be from everyone. And to build these examples. So when, hopefully in 6 months' time, when you type in do a picture of a CEO, at least we'll have 1 or 2 of them be women, right?
Yes.
Or who knows?
Yeah. I mean, we can go on talking about this the whole night. Not only because I like the conversation, but I like the 2 of you. We always can get the energy going and get everyone listening, right? But I want, before we close the session, because we've got like 8 minutes, 7 minutes before we close, when we announced the launch of this series, we said there's lots of prizes to be won. And I just want briefly to talk about the prizes. What kind of prizes can people look forward to? Is it going to be every week? And how do people win?
Great question.
Yeah.
I almost want us to have everyone do a drum roll.
Yes.
Can everyone online do a drum roll for us?
Yes.
Please, let's do a drum roll. We are from Africa anyway. I think we're going to do prizes every week. We want to see how everyone is engaging on the 20-week journey.
Yeah.
And there's lots to be won. There's Women in Tech T-shirts, there's data, there's Take-A-Lot vouchers, you name it. There's lots. Yeah. But there's a big prize. The big prize is next year, Women in Tech are hosting their annual Global Summit, and it's taking place in Cape Town.
Yep.
And so we are going to be giving one person, maybe more, depending on the funders, a fully inclusive paid trip to Cape Town for the 3-day summit, which includes your accommodation, your meals, good company, good food, good wine.
Yes.
And a little bit of sightseeing on the side. You're coming between 2 holidays. South Africa is having on the 27th of April a holiday, as well as the 1st of May is our May Day. And the summit is 3 days in between. So the more you are sharing the program, getting people on board, engaging with our ambassadors, you could be winning a prize every week. Our winners will be announced on a Friday. And our ambassadors are all kicking off their programs today or tomorrow. So please look out for those hashtags. I'm sure you'll share them on your page as well.
Yes. Fantastic.
And he's saying 3 ambassadors. So Mamugeti is one of our lucky ambassadors to be sharing this wonderful message with all the community and with you guys today. So share with your friends as well. The link, we'll share the links to the program with you all, and then get starting to do those certificate certificates and share to help us get to that 50,000 number or more, right? So this is
Or more.
reaching
Yeah.
or more. And so next week we will be there'll be 3 prizes for each of the ambassadors to give away.
Fantastic. So you want to win a prize? You follow me on my socials and we'll use the hashtag ElevateHer, Women in Tech. The prices, the weekly prices will be based on engagement. So you have to be engaging. If you do not engage, then there's no prize. So you want to win? Engage. Engage means you bring in your thoughts. Whether it's a poll, whether it's whatever that I'll be posting this week, you get involved. You get involved. LinkedIn, Facebook, Fab Academic, X, just get involved and you'll see, we'll announce the winner next week during the session. But it's been great having you, Melissa and Tiara. Thank you so much for sharing your work, your knowledge, and your enthusiasm about AI with us. I like what you said about AI, that in fact, rather than sitting on the sideline crying or complaining or criticizing, it's important to get into the arena and get involved. Tiara, your parting words.
I was actually going to just echo that. We need to be leading in AI. We need to be creating. We need to be building. And we need to show the rest of the world what we're capable of.
Fantastic. Thanks, Tiara. Melissa, your parting words, please.
Just if you want to learn about co-pilots, if you want to learn how to improve your life, if you want to be part of this, not just for the the certificate, but just really to change the way that you do things, I encourage you to come and be part of this journey, and hopefully you'll be one of the lucky winners to come to Cape Town, and we'll see you next year.
Fantastic. And I'll be there to see you in Cape Town if you win, so make sure you don't miss the prize. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you everyone for joining us on YouTube. Apologize for the sound, but if you come back to the recording, I bet you it will be much better. So make sure that you listen. We'll put the link to register for the course, and make sure you register, get the badges, get the certificate, compete, engage on the just look for hashtag ElevateHer. You'll either catch me or the other 2 ambassadors. Engage. You'll stand a chance of winning the big prize or even the weekly prizes. Remember, this is for the whole of the continent. It's not just for South Africans. So Malawians, Namibians, Nigerians, Somalians, everybody, come on board. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again next week for session 4.2. Have a good week. Bye-bye, Tiara. Bye, Melissa.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.